racing. It's in our blood. From the No Limits of Texas to the high-speed banks at Daytona.
And I mean, nobody's going to catch that 3-truck of Hal Amy as he takes it.
From the drop of the green flag to green flag pit stops. It's in their DNA. We live for it. There's 7 nights in a week. And only one night matters to us. The moment to prove that we're the best. Laying down an entire season. Pushing the limits. We're made for it.
Bumper, Artie Peterson out to the lead. Glenn Jamison's pushing hard now. Garrett behind him. Top 5 could throw a blanket over it. Artie's going to drop down to the inside. 10 car's going to start pushing. These guys are getting a little dicey back in 5th and 6th place. Little contact between the 14 and the 70. 63, 3 wide in the front. Artie Peterson stuck out in the middle. Brandon Winning, we got a car down on the apron, 70 car, and now a car up in the wall. We got a wreck behind him. 1 lap to go. Rick Fagone has got the position right now. Garrett Helmlinger and Glenn Jamison neck and neck. We got a push on the inside, push on the 10 car. Rick Fagone looks like he might pull it off neck and neck at the line, and the 10. Oh, the Garrett Helmlinger, I can't believe what I just saw. It looks like Garrett Helmlinger.
Survival of the fittest. 16 chase drivers. 1 championship. Who's got what it takes? As they give the command to start the engines, it's time to find out. WFO is live right now.
On it, but man, Fagone has just a perfect 1 and 2 right there, Nation. Fagone's going to bring it off the bottom out of turn 4. Can he hold them off to the start-finish line? And I believe he's going to, Nation.
Your win. Oh no! We've got the wrong display up there. Let's get it on the right screen. There we go. WFO Twisted Tuesday Truck Series live here at Kansas Speedway. We had a little accident there. So we can fix that. Okay, we're good. Rick Fagone going to start on the pole here tonight. Herb Bradley's going to start on the outside. Let's see if we can get this the proper things popping up on screen here. There he is, Ricky Fagone, with a 30.882 to start things off. That is outside for Bradley with a 30.887. Next row would be Keaton Tripp and Chuck Sweeting. Row number 3, Tommy Haynes, Larry Dickerson in that 6th spot. 7th position, Jacob Daniels, James Lee in 8th. Dustin German in the 9th position. Rounding out your top 10, Brian Beach. Todd Cleveland in the 11th spot with Michael McCauley in 12th. John T. Wimbish 13th. Burt Wilson 14th. Kyle Stewart, Dakota Floyd in that 16th, 15th position. Fan favorite Hal Amy in 17th, 18th position. We'll go back real quick. Oh, we broke it. We broke it, chat. Okay. All right, Blair Patterson, Troy Cook in 20th, 19th. Austin Wagner, Logan Keys. We're getting ready to go green. Glenn Jamison, Craig Learman, rounding out your field. Here we go. We're green here at Kansas Speedway. We had a pretty full field here tonight. Let's start it off into turn 1 is Rick Fagone and that 10 machine. We're going to dump that volume down just a little bit. And already Rick Fagone down to the inside. Going to probably lead lap 1 as we hit TV3. He's got Vern Bradley up on the outside. Might get a run there. Keaton Tripp able to clear as they run the try over the dog leg. You can cut this corner with the white line. Look at that speed that Ricky's got here. Starting on that pole. We're right on board with Chuck Sweeting. He's side by side right now with Tommy Haynes in that 4th position. These guys fighting down low. I know this truck likes to wall ride around this place. You're going to see these guys moving up a lane as the race progresses. Wow, we have a lot of cars out here tonight. It was a very full field. 24 cars starting this thing off. And as we go through our field, you can see that top groove already starting to make headway. So right on board with Brian Beach. Currently in the 7th spot. He has Larry Dickerson in 6th, running the bottom groove. Is that the preferred line, though? We see some guys running the bottom. The leader right now of Rick Fagone, who's pulled out to about 4/10 of a second. He's starting to pull away, and he's running the bottom for sure. Keaton Tripp side by side right now with Tommy Haynes, who's worked his way up into the 3rd position. Vern Bradley in 4th, trying to figure out how he's going to get around this. Almost going to take it. He's peaking 3 wide here. That high line will probably come in by lap 10. You'll see these guys move up a spot for sure, but Ricky's got it figured out. Right now, he's able to run his line. He can get down to the bottom, come out, exit high, wherever he wants to do. Tommy Haynes up to 2nd position right now. You can see some of these guys already volunteering to go up to that high line, but almost 3 wide coming out of turn 4 with Keaton Tripp, Larry Dickerson in the middle. 3-way battle for 2nd. Larry Dickerson is able to clear the 17. He takes away the second spot. Keaton Tripp on the bottom of the 17 car. And Tommy Haynes, I know they've moved it up a lane, but it might have been too early. Shout out to chat, everybody out there right now. I know Amy Nation's going to pour in here before too long, but Lambo, good to see you in the chat. We appreciate you. If you guys haven't hit that subscribe button yet, you really should consider it. WFO Twisted Tuesday Truck Series. This league has been going on for 10 plus years. Great group of guys. We're starting to see the field single file out. It's still Keaton Tripp all the way on the bottom. That's interesting to see. We got some passing going on back here with Ty Cleveland, John T. Wimbish. This is for the top 10 spot. Oh, I apologize. It's 11th position. James Lee being the last car in the top 10. What's going on, Denise? Good to see you in here. Denise, I tell you what, we've got a lot of good racing out here right now. James Lee to the inside of Michael McCauley. That black and pink machine. Looks like that 81 car is supporting titties. But your leader still, Rick Fagone. He's led 9 laps. We're on lap 11. Led 10 laps. Not sure where that 11th lap went. We're actually on lap 11 now. So this would cycle through as 11 laps led. Get with the program, Brad. Come on. All right, so let's go on board with Rick Fagone and look back. Ricky has led from lap 1 to getting that pole up to this point, and Larry Dickerson trying to take it away from him. Keaton Tripp on that high line. And I think that might be the preferred way around this place at this point. You see Keaton starting to get a big run on the 69 machine. Oh, and he clips the wall, gets too high in the entry, and he's going to lose a ton of ground. Keaton Tripp's going to fall all the way back to the 13th, 14th position. Just that little trim with the wall, he's falling back. The entire field gets around him. That puts Tommy Haynes up in 3rd, and he's got a very hungry Vern Bradley behind him. Unfortunately, that's what happens in a place like this. We've ran it clean and green, but you scrub that wall, you lose all that speed. Let's go up front here because we have a battle brewing. Rick Fagone running that high line. Larry Dickerson taking it to the bottom. And that lead has dwindled down to 1/10 of a second. Larry Dickerson trying to take the heat to Rick Fagone. Dickerson's one of the few cars left that's running that bottom line. We haven't seen that too much. We could cycle through the field. Let's go to the blimp camera. You can see these guys going into 3 and 4. Got Sweeting also on the bottom, but there's very few cars that are going down that low. Burt Wilson's stuck down on the bottom. You can see Burt Wilson. We got Todd Cleveland that had a little bit of a run on the exit of 4. So this isn't like the typical run-of-the-mill Kansas race that we're used to seeing. A lot of different grooves here. Larry Dickerson is one of our post-race interviews last week. He's looking forward to getting back up here on the podium again. He was just shy of a win last week, if you remember correctly. And he's looking to capitalize on that momentum. But Rick Fagone, who's struggled in the Truck Series all season long, finds himself getting the pole. He's led 16 out of these 17 laps that we're on. It's making for an interesting race. That venue still popped up there on the screen. I don't know why. All right, so we're coming up. We got limited sets of tires in here. So we got to throw that into the mix. What do these guys do on their first pit stop? We know Rick Fagone is going to be bringing it down pit road here very soon. You can see how slow this thing is off of the exits. And we've got a yellow flag out here somewhere. All right, let's go back on the instant replay and figure out where this happened. I think it was the 24. We're going to go back a little bit further. Oh, there it is. 24, Dakota Floyd gets into the side of the 43 of James Lee. Let's go back one more time here and take a look. There's contact. We're 3 wide here. One more time. We had 3 wide coming off the corner. The 81 of Michael McCauley's down on the bottom. There's Dakota Floyd. James Lee, they end up going 3 wide on the exit of 4. A little bit of contact. They touch. And somebody gets destroyed behind James Lee. We're going to go back 15 more seconds here. Try to figure out who that was. To the 91 machine of Blair Patterson. So caution number 1 here. They were starting green flag pit stops. We had a few of these guys that were down pit road already. Rick Fagone's going to elect to pit. You got Larry Dickerson in that second position. Coming down pit road, Vern Bradley, Brian Beach, Chuck Sweeting. The 17 of Tommy Hayden's lost a ton of spots here. He was up there in that top 5 before this caution, all the way back to 9th now. Must have had problems in the pit road. Might have slid through his box there. Burt Wilson makes up a lot of ground. He's up in 7th position. John T. Wimbish in 6th. Some of these guys gainers, some of these guys lost a little bit. And we burned it down with fire on lap 19. All right, so there we got a couple more guys on pit road. Coming down to get some of that. Blair Patterson's getting that damage repaired. Machine South Point. Machine is probably going to have to take a fast repair. I think it's got a tremendous amount of damage. But nonetheless, we're riding on board with Rick Fagone, your leader. Let's pull a guy up in the Discord. Why not? Hey, Bert. I pulled you. How you doing, buddy? Up here in the broadcast booth with Bradley Cooper, and we're watching some of these guys run the bottom groove. Bert, is it easier to drive the bottom here tonight in Kansas?
It's faster. If you lift a little bit, it's kind of pushy down there, so you got to lift a little bit, but you can certainly make up some ground down there, but you're probably going to abuse your tires a little more.
Well, we're getting ready to double up here. I know we're going to let you go here soon, but Bert, you're up there in the 7th position. You've had a good race thus far. Do you think that we're going to see a podium performance or maybe some fuel strategy from the 70 here tonight?
I was contemplating going in and topping off because they're about a lap or two short of running it out right now. So that's if it goes green, but I don't know if it'll do that.
Well, good luck there, Bert, and we'll see you maybe post-race.
All right, hope so.
All right, 7th place driver, Bert Wilson. And he's picked up some spots here. If you guys remember, he started back there in 14th position. He's worked his way up into the top 10. He's on the move. All right, let's get up here with your leader, Rick Fagone. Getting ready to hit that loud pedal. Good to see you in the chat, Hal Jr. Looking back. Got Vern Bradley on the inside, Larry Dickerson on the outside. Geico restart zone coming up right quick, and we're green back live. WFO Twisted Tuesday Truck Series, and Rick Fagone gets a great start here. These guys looking 3 wide back here for the 4th and 5th position. Brian Beach on the outside of the 69 of Dickerson. I thought he was going to peak that, but not quite there. And a move for the lead here. Vern Bradley to P1. Vern Bradley going to lead lap 23, coming around to 24. And Rick Fagone, who's running that outside, is going to lose some ground to him. We've still got some racing. Bert Wilson up to 6th position now. Chuck Sweeting up to the 3rd spot. He's making some moves. Gets around Larry Dickerson, almost clears him on the exit of 4. Brian Beach going to fall down to the inside through the dog leg. That's right on board with Brian Beach. Already that outside line starting to prevail a little bit. Chuck Sweeting struggling to get around Larry Dickerson. And then Vern Bradley, your leader right now. He takes it over on lap 23. He's leading lap 25. Some of these guys that have had a little bit of issues, we go back and look at the 26 machine of Keaton Tripp, who was up in the 3rd position at one point. Got into that outside wall. We got a car scrubbing some speed here. Looks like the 51 of Troy Cook gets up into the outside wall. So Troy Cook's going to fall back to the 17th position here. He's battling outside of Hal Amy, trying to settle back in. Almost bounces off the 3 of Hal Amy. And back into the wall. 51 struggling here a little bit tonight. A lot of racing going on back here for 15th through 20th position. And these guys all running the bottom part of the track. There's a guy that we didn't expect to see this far back, Glenn Jamison, in that 63 machine. He's running side by side. He's actually being scored a lap down, 3 laps down. So Glenn Jamison had some struggles here early. I'm not sure if he missed the grid or what happened to him. But he's got his work cut out for him here tonight. Back up to the front, Vern Bradley. Leading this thing on lap 29. He got around the 10 car of Fagon very quickly on that restart. He knew he needed to do it early. Still got some racing back there just outside the top 10. And we've got a yellow out here. All right, we're going to have to go back and look because the 81 of Michael McCauley's got a tremendous amount of damage. Let's take a look. Burn it down with fire. All right, well, it's looking like the 3-car Hal Amy gets involved in an accident here. The 20, Brian Beach is involved. Oh, Troy Cook gets up into the 3 of Hal Amy. Let's go on board here with the 51 of Troy Cook, because he ends up getting a tremendous amount of damage of this. Right on the nose camera. So you see a little checkup here. Looks like the 18 of Brian Beach and the 91 get involved in something. The 3 of Hal Amy's just there. Michael McCauley involved. To take a few different angles of this, I think we take this from the blimp camera. Back this up a little bit. Son of a smooch. But you can see this right here. The 91 gets into the back of the 18. Hits the wall. The 20 gets into it. And all these guys are scrambling, but there's just no room for the 3 of Hal Amy and the 51 of Troy Cook. And unfortunately, Michael McCauley, he gets tagged several times from this. So right on the nose camera. We'll go back here to Michael McCauley. We actually, unfortunately, we lost the replay here. Timing of scoring is getting a little bit broken there for a second. You guys saw it from a million different angles. It's very unfortunate for the 51 and the 3. But back here to the front, there's a lucky pass there for the 63 to try to get back up on the lead lap. That's Glenn Jameson. He's able to clear these guys. Lights are still on the pace truck right now, so let's pull another guy up here into the broadcast booth. Michael McCauley, it's Bradley Cooper up at the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I got you.
So you were just kind of an unfortunate victim of circumstance there. You had some cars in front of you getting to the wall, getting to each other, and then you got tagged. It went 3 wide, 4 wide at one point. What's kind of the verdict here? Is it running that high line a little dangerous here tonight?
It can be a little treacherous. I mean, on old tires it's tight, but it gets loose entry. It's treacherous. So new tires, it's really loose. It's hard to drive on the first lap or so, but yeah, the high side's not easy.
Well, we're seeing you come back out here. You got a fresh truck. You got that fast repair. You're going to be starting in the 21st position, so the only way to go is up. What do we got in store here as the race progresses?
I got nothing to lose. I'm not going
Nothing
for
to
points.
lose.
I'm not going for points.
All right, well, you got Save the Tatas all over that thing, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so Michael McCauley, and you were in what was the channel?
T&J, I believe.
T&J. All right. Well, we appreciate your time, buddy. Good luck out there.
You. Yep, thank you.
There's so many race teams in this Discord. Holy cow. T&J. It's one of them, I'm sure.
If you don't find it, it's all good.
I found it. All right, there we go. Michael McCauley running in the 18th position now. As they cycle through, some of these guys getting some EOLs. Bringing that second caution out here tonight. Lap 33 out of 135. We'll go back up front to Vern Bradley. As we're getting ready to, well, we are doubled up as we come out of turn 4. Another day of racing. Bang, bang incident. Well, pace truck's pulled off. Here we go. Geico restart zone. Vern Bradley's going to hit the loud pedal, and here we go. Looking back just a little ways, we've got some two-wide racing. Rick Fagun's going to lose another position. Larry Dickerson up to P2. Now John T. Wimbish all the way to the bottom. Wimbish has taken the Bounce Tide machine all the way up to third. Started all the way back in the 13th spot. Now they're almost 3 wide as they offset. We've got the 28 of Austin Wagner as we're going to go on board with him. Wimbish with a little bit of right rear damage, though. Doesn't seem to be affecting him too bad. And we've got the 10 truck down on the bottom. He's going to pull it down pit road. He might have a pass-through penalty. I don't know what happened to the 10, but he's going to pull it down and short pit these guys. So the 10 truck on a little bit different strategy here. Ricky coming down that long pit road. He's got the first pit stall, so that is an advantage, but this is going to put him a lap down. As you see Vern Bradley coming out of turn 4, Ricky's going to be stuck on pit road. It's unfortunate for the 10. He might have wanted to pit, realized he was low on fuel. I don't know if he just didn't put fuel in on that last stop. What happened? Dakota Floyd up to third now. Craig Learman up in the top 5. We've seen this field flip-flop several times. Before the race is over, you're going to see some 4 wide. I hope so. For TV's sake. But Learman, he's looking for the 4th spot now. He's running up to the bumper of Larry Dickerson. They're 3 wide. Down the backstretch, the 11 down the middle, getting past Larry Dickerson. Now back up to the center. We're going to go back on board with him as he's looking to take another 3 wide. On the bumper of the 24, Dakota Floyd, who's being scored as your leader right now. Craig Learman, I tell you what, this driving talks for itself. Learman's got the nose on him. This is for the lead. Down the back straightaway, it's going to be Craig Learman on the outside. Bass Pro Shops machine taking it up high. But the 24, Dakota Floyd, not giving up here. Dives it down to the bottom. Who's going to lead this lap? It's the 11 of Craig Learman. And Learman's able to clear. Takes the lead away from the 24. Todd Cleveland up to third now. Oh, they're racing hard. I tell you what, we've seen a lot of action this season. I thought we were going to see something like this at Auto Club, but Kansas has been the very high producer of racing. 3 wide with a 11 going up through the middle, passing several cars to get to P1. And some of these guys that were up in the top 3, Larry Dickerson back to 5th position. Vern Bradley, who was leading it just a moment ago, back to 6th. Austin Wagner on his bumper. And it's getting a little racy for the 6th position. That high groove, like we talked about with Michael McCauley a moment ago, it's very treacherous to go in there. You're loose on entry, tight off exit. You have to be very careful running that high line. It is a little bit faster. But now you see the 28 of Austin Wagner dive it down to the bottom for the 6th spot. Looks like the momentum wasn't there. Now he's going to jump up in front of John T. Wimbish, who's going to dive to the inside. So Craig Learman, your leader, but he's under fire again from Dakota Floyd. Floyd all the way to the bottom here. The 24 going to pull a slide job. And the crossover right up on the bumper. Learman back up on the outside. As they go into 1 and 2, is the 11 going to be able to clear him on the exit? These guys battling hard for the lead. Dakota Floyd's going to lead this lap this time by. But the 11 of Learman has the preferred line. And now up to the 3rd spot is Jacob Daniels, as we've had some green flag pit stops with some of these guys. 55 to Tom Cleveland up in the mix as well. I really appreciate the sponsor on that machine. A little bit of Scopenhagen in the 4th spot. All right, so blimp camera. Show you guys the span of this field. We'll take you through your top 10. Your leader right now, who's under fire, he's been under fire lap after lap. They're still side by side, but Craig Learman, he's going to lead this time by. And in that 2nd spot, we've got Dakota Floyd. These guys have been going at it now for about 10 laps. We're on lap 50 out of 135. 3rd position, Jacob Daniels. Good to see that City Chevy up in the front. He's got a podium run so far. Todd Cleveland in 4th position. We just appreciated that sponsor a moment ago. Larry Dickerson in 5th. And Larry's been in the top 5 for quite some time here. So 69 looking good right now. I would not count him out for a win tonight. Brian Beach in the 6th spot. We saw him involved in an accident a little bit earlier. He's still got a little bit of rear end damage, but he's salvaging this night. And then we've got the 86 of John Sanu in the 7th position. Sanu started a little bit far back. We go back. He started in 18th, so he's felt like he's passed 100 cars here tonight. But Luke Oyo up towards the front in the top 10, right where he needs to be so far. Keaton Tripp, who's trying to recover from brushing that wall a moment ago. We saw him just barely touch it and scrub off from 3rd all the way back to 17th. He's up to the 8th position. And then Austin Wagner, he was battling. He's still battling with Vern Bradley right now. And this is the 10th and 9th position. Ron Bradley, your last car on the top 10. These guys were battling a moment ago up towards the front, and this battle hasn't conceded all the way back to 9th position. So that's your run through the top 10. Back up here to Craig Learman, who he's finally taken the lead and has no battles going on. But Dakota Floyd diving it down all the way to the bottom here. I think that's starting to hurt that right front. We're approaching those green flag pit stops again. So some of these guys that elected not to take tires on that last caution, they're going to look like rocket ships. Some of these guys have shorter stints. You see 14-second pit stops for the top 4. And then no tires for 4th position, Larry Dickerson. Fuel only stops. You have to pick and choose on these limited tire sets when you're going to pit for tires. This could come into handy on lap 120 when you're going to run that last 15 laps. Sorry about that. Just dropped the microphone. This could come in handy. We got Dakota Floyd coming down pit road right now as we speak. And then Craig Learman, he's going to miss pit road. Learman goes through the grass. And he's got the front end completely locked up. Instant replay here. The 11 completely misses pit road. He locks it up in the front end and all the way through the grass here. And he's going to give up that lead. That front end completely locked up. He's able to hit his pit stall, but unfortunate series of events there. Jacob Daniels bringing it down pit road now. What about your pole sitter? We were just checking in with him a moment ago. He went a lap down. Rick Fagone still being scored a lap down. Not sure what happened to the 10 truck. I kind of want to bring him up here in the booth if we have another caution to figure it out, but I'm going to venture to say that he forgot to put fuel in this machine on that last pit stop. He brings it down pit road. Thankfully, we're having green flag pit stops, so the 10 of Fagone will probably get back on the lead lap, hopefully. Chuck Sweeting coming down as well. Dakota Floyd still out there on the track. There's Todd Cleveland in second place. Sorry about that. He'll be in third. Chuck Sweeting would be your leader, but this time as they score, I believe it's going to put the 24 up front. So Dakota Floyd probably going to pit this next time by. If he hasn't already, well, he's on a 2-lap stint, so Dakota Floyd's going to be your leader as it all cycles through. Jacob Daniels having a solid third-place run so far. Chuck Sweeting just coming back out here on the track. He's getting passed by John Sanu for the 4th spot. Larry Dickerson takes back the 5th position from Chuck Sweeting. So Glenn Jamison being scored 2 laps down. He gets one of them back here. He had one back from the wave around, but he's on a 13-lap stint. He short-pitted these boys a little bit. So he's got some work to do. We're right on board right now with Todd Cleveland. The 55 machine trying to catch Dakota Floyd from the 2nd position. Back to 3rd spot. We're getting pretty spread out now. Green flag pit stops, so we were able to cycle through lap 59 as we come across for lap 60. Shout out to everybody out there in chat right now if you're awake. I know we've had some pretty heated battles. It's starting to spread out and get a little dormant. Al Jr., Denise. I hope Lambo's still with us. Everybody out there in chat, share this link if you appreciate what WFO is putting on for you. Through your top 5, Larry Dickerson in 4th place, and Keaton Tripp has worked his way back up into the top 5. He's outside of the 69 of Larry Dickerson right now. Dickerson's going to fall back to the 5th position. There you see the Ting truck of Rick Fagone, who is 2 laps down right now. So he had to pit again. Tough break for the Ting truck. Denise says I'm still here. What do you think of this racing, Denise? This is pretty wholesome. I think this is probably one of the best races we've had this season. A lot of action going on. We saw some 3 wide, 4 wide. Let's go back here to Austin Wagner, who's getting passed by the 51 of Troy Cook, and these guys are still 3 wide down the backstretch here. Wide now as they look into turn 1. Chuck Sweeting's going to back off of it. This is just outside the top 10. A lot of racing going on here. This is something we're not used to seeing. That 75 usually up towards the front. Looks like he's struggling a little bit here tonight. As the 56 of Windmish gets around him. Dives it down to the bottom. Now probably going to pull a slide up the bank. I tell you what, 65 laps into this thing, Dakota Floyd has a massive lead. Chalk that up to 1.4 seconds back to Keaton Tripp, who's worked his way up to the 2nd position here. So Keaton Tripp in recovery mode right now. He's done a heck of a job. Good to see that 26 back up in the top 3. He deserves it. He's worked hard to get back up here. That little brush with the wall early in this race. Look at him now. To the outside for P1. He passes Dakota Floyd like he's sitting still. Change for the lead now. Back here to Larry Dickerson. He'll be the next car in command. These guys are all on even tires for the most part. Dakota Floyd actually electing to take fuel only on his last stop. Get a 7.9 pit stop. So we're seeing some fresh tires up towards the front. Larry Dickerson, another one of those guys that has fresh tires. He's trying to chase down Keaton Tripp. We're coming up on the halfway point. We're just past halfway. Good to see you, Diana. Welcome to the chat. We have no nation in here right now. We'll go back here to fourth place, Brian Beach. Todd Cleveland running side by side with Burt Wilson. These two have been battling it out for a few laps. Wilson worked his way up into the top 5. He's working hard. They had a guy that was on the lead lap a moment ago. He's now being scored as 2 laps down. That's Tommy Haynes in the 21st position. See him struggling here. He's inside the top 5 of this group of cars, but he's got some left side damage. So the 17 bootlegger machine gonna have to find a way to recover. Looking for some caution flags, maybe to get back on that lead lap, get some of this damage repaired. But unfortunate for the 17 of Tommy Haynes. He was up in that top 3 a moment ago. Keaton Tripp, your leader right now. We're well past the halfway point. And Keaton Tripp running that high line. It looks like he's figured it out. Larry Dickerson trying to catch up to him, and this lead is about 0.8 of a second. You've scared him off, Diana? Well, that's good to know. We found Nation's kryptonite. Dakota Floyd's falling back to 3rd. He's under fire. Actually, lap down car. The 17 of Tommy Haynes going to try to work around him. But we have a car in the lead lap that's not far behind, and that's the 18 of Brian Beach. He knows not to mess with Diana. All right, so battle here for the 6th spot. Troy Cook in 7th. Austin Wagner just ahead of him. These guys have fresh tires. The guy with the oldest tires up here in the top 5 would be the 24 Dakota Floyd. And Brian Beach up on the outside now. He's going to go up to P3. Burt Wilson in 5th. He'll be the next car to get around. And Floyd's going to pull it down pit road. It's behind Brian Beach. Got a guy in front of him there. It looks like the 69 machine of Larry Dickerson coming down as well. Right side's going to go up in the 24. That was your leader just a moment ago. There's Hal Lamy on pit road as well. Right side's on that machine going up. Left side's probably going to go up next. He's down and away. All right, Austin Wagner being scored as your leader. He's going to pull it down pit road here. 70 of Burt Wilson following suit here. He was in second position as they came down pit road. Got the 20 car, Kyle Stewart just behind him. Fuel only for the 70. He's going to come out in front of the 28 of Austin Wagner on this pit stop. Keaton Tripp back to the lead, though. All right, we cycled through our second set of green flag pit stops on lap 80 out of 135. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, uninterrupted coverage here to the very end. WFO Twisted Tuesday Truck Series coming back right after this. Brisket, not meth. Oh, God. I got your back, man. I got your back. Just kidding. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Clear. Car outside. Clear outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear outside.
Keaton Tripp, your leader here. Lap 84 out of 135. We get around Kansas Speedway. This guy's on another level right now. 2.4 seconds ahead of your second place driver, Larry Dickerson. Troy Cook in third spot. He's under fire by Dakota Floyd right now. Side by side here with the 24 to the inside of the 51. Floyd, Cook, into 3 and 4. Cook's going to prevail and put Troy Cook up to the third spot. All right, so that 20 truck, Kyle Stewart being scored 2 laps down. I thought we had a battle here for just a second for the 5th spot. But that 20 is actually battling to get back on the lead lap. And Keaton Tripp, he's passing the 81 of Michael McCauley to put him a lap down now. So as we work through your top 3 here, Troy Cook back in the 3rd position, Larry Dickerson 2nd, Keaton Tripp 1st. Want to talk to you guys for a brief second. We had a couple guys talking about the Toys for Tots, and I know that it was supposed to be in here last week. It wasn't in here this week as well, but if you guys know DMS in chat, he does live streaming on Twitch. He's currently doing a fundraiser for Toys for Tots and a charity stream. If you guys would like to go check out that link, it's in the WFO Discord. I will try to get you to those details for next week's race. But try to help support that guy. I know he's doing a lot for those that are more unfortunate. And this holiday season, we know that there are a lot of people out there that are more unfortunate than we are. So I want to keep those in mind through all of this. I want to thank you guys for anything you do. And now I am going to pour me another drink of Captain Morgan. A little captain here tonight. We're just going to enjoy ourselves a little bit. Uh-oh, we got Logan Cook in the chat. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. We're currently showing Troy Cook right now in the 3rd spot. Keaton Tripp, your leader. Right on board with Larry Dickerson, show you what 3.3 seconds looks like. We're going to have one more set of green flag pit stops. And you know, some of these guys already prepping, trying to figure out where they're going to split this run. About 40 laps to go. Can they stretch this run out to lap 110, 115? It's going to be interesting. Look up here in the top 5. There's the 3 truck, Hal Lamy. Alemi on the outside of Todd Cleveland here, coming out of turn 4. Dives it down to the bottom, following suit on that line. Back to the 6th position now for the 3 truck. Yeah, I'm interested in that too, Lambo. I have no idea why. I'm still trying to figure that out. We'll check in with the 10 of Rick Fagoni's. Currently being scored 1 lap down in the 16th position. Not sure why the 10 truck, your pole sitter, had to pit there, other than Sometimes these guys run different apps. There's different apps for running your crew chief. Sometimes your app will malfunction and won't put fuel in it. That's the only thing I can come up with is Ricky had his app malfunction. And that's been known to screw a few of us over from time to time. All right, Troy Cook coming down pit road with more than 40 laps to go. Well, roughly 40 laps to go. I don't think that Troy's going to be able to stretch this out to the very end. We got the 3 of Hal Amy down pit road as well. This field very spread out. Go back here to the 11th position of Vern Bradley, who was up leading this race a moment ago. He had 16 laps led, currently being scored in 11th. He's going to bring it down pit road now. .114 has a little bit of right side damage on that machine. Probably going to elect to take that fast repair if he hasn't done it already. .114 starting second tonight. He's back out on the track. Here he comes. What's going on, Emily Holtzman? Good to see you in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Chuck Sweeting coming down pit road now. Jacob Daniels just behind him, and Jacob Daniels coming in hot. I believe the 72 is going to get a speeding penalty for that. Keaton Tripp still out there on the track. .114 of Vern Bradley now being scored a lap down. John Sanu coming down pit road. That's going to put Keaton Tripp to the lead. And Vern Bradley is fighting to get back in the lead lap here. So Keaton Tripp, your leader, with about 23 to go. Can Keaton stretch it out to the end? .72 truck. Unfortunately, Jacob Daniels going to go a lap down with that penalty. We knew he came in there pretty hot, and if I was a betting man, he got a penalty on that. I was right. Tough to get on pit road here at Kansas Speedway. Back here to third spot, Troy Cook. He's about 4 seconds back from second place. Larry Dickerson is trying to chase down Keaton Tripp. Now, I just want to throw it out there. I don't think these guys can make it to the end on fuel. They're going to have to clutch it. You might see some guys pull off a fuel run. And if we know anybody that's capable of doing that, it's this guy right here. Mert Wilson is very capable of pulling off a fuel run. He did it, I want to say, at this track. But through your top 5, we've got Keaton Tripp, Larry Dickerson, Troy Cook, Vern Bradley trying to fight back to the lead lap. You got Hal Amy in the 4th position. And then Todd Cleveland in that 5th spot. So Hal Amy having a great night tonight. Back here side-by-side racing, Dustin German getting around Austin Wagner. This is for the 11th spot. They're still racing. Crossover move by the 28 down into 3 and 4. Tell you what, they're racy. I like it. This is fighting for an 11th position, but this might be the most action we've seen in the last 45 laps. As these guys go back and forth. Dustin German, Austin Wagner just outside the top 10. Brian Beachby in the last car in the 10th position in the top 10. Chuck Sweeting having a really rough night tonight. Have to go back and find where Chuck Sweeting's being positioned right now. 10th spot for him. We're used to seeing this 75 up in the top 3. And he's riding the wall here in 3 and 4. Lap down cars behind Hal Amy. He's trying to hold off right now. The 55 of Todd Cleveland working his way up closer and closer. How's it going? Beautiful Beastin'. Oh, the Beautiful Beast 0615. Beautiful Beast. Is that a play on words right now? All right, so let's go back up to your leader. He's clocked out to an 11-second gap over Troy Cook, who's in the 2nd position. Larry Dickerson has fallen back to 3rd. Troy Cook able to get around him. So there's 2nd position for the 51, never giving up. It's just a name that stuck with you for years. Respect. Unfortunately, mine is Mr. Bojangles. All right, we're winding down. 21 laps to go. You know these guys are going to pit one more time Third position, Larry Dickerson. He's fallen off to 15 seconds back from your leader, almost 16 now. Keaton Tripp in another time zone on the opposite end of the track right now. He's led 45 laps here tonight. Had a brief brush with the wall. But it's quite a ways back to Troy Cook, and then we've got green flag pit stops. John T. Wimbish pulling it down pit road. Burt Wilson in as well. Right side's going up on this machine. Down and away for the 70. I knew these guys weren't going to be able to make it to the very end. Now Vern Bradley being scored as P6. Austin Wagner P5. Hal Lamy, one of the last cars out there, and I believe he's going to peel it down pit road. Great pit stop for the 3. Great entry. Roy Cook in there as well. If the 3 truck makes this stall, perfect. Nicely done by Hal Lamy. Ah, there it is. Keaton Tripp coming down pit road now. Your leader. You only for the 26. $17 laps to go. Was that the winning move for the 26? He was already out to a massive lead. John Sanu still out there on track. No nation tonight, unfortunately. All right, so Keaton Tripp takes fuel only with 16 laps to go. I think Keaton might have it wrapped up here. If we stay green, he's in a good spot. McCauley having the freshest tires out there. But he's going to pull it down pit road now. Nope. Nation got abducted. The aliens got him again tonight. All right, so let's take you through your top 3 right now. John Sanu in second position. You saw Keaton Tripp, your leader, and then Troy Cook in third. Todd Cleveland back in fourth position. Hal Lamy in fifth. And he's trying to chase down the 55 of Cleveland back for that 4th spot. 13 laps to go. Keaton Tripp 7.4 seconds, and that lead is dwindling. John Sanu catching up to him. Does Sanu have enough to make it to the end? Nope, he's going to pull it down pit road. 86 hitting the pit. So that's going to bring Troy Cook up to second position. I want to let you know we appreciate you guys very, very much. Diana, Denise, beautiful beast. You like that segue? Dropping rhymes. If you guys haven't, share this broadcast. Let everybody at WFO know how much you appreciate them. Make sure you guys go back, watch the previous broadcast. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And then, you know, just blow up the chat. We got to let Nation know. It's unacceptable for him to not be here. We've been doing this for 10 years. I've been a part of it for about 4 seasons, 5 seasons roughly. I've enjoyed every second of it. And I'm super thankful. This league has introduced me to a whole new possibility on iRacing. And I would not be here today if it weren't for you awesome people in the chat. So give yourselves a pat on the back for being here tonight. As we watch Keaton Tripp take 9 laps to go here at Kansas. He's led 55 of them here tonight. And he's doing one heck of a job. Laps now. Vern Bradley fighting to get back on that lead lap yet again. On the outside here. He's going to get it back the old-fashioned way. Vern Bradley up to the 14th position. He's got to chase down John T. Wimbish, though. Looking for some tight racing here on the track with 7 to go. I'd say the closest battle right now, Austin Wagner, Chuck Sweeting for the top 10. But this 9th and 10th position. Well, I hope you guys appreciate the broadcast. Look at that pass right there out of 2. Austin Wagner able to get by for 9th. But the crossover, Chuck Sweeney, we're about to go 3 wide. Hal Amy in 8th. Almost a contact there with the 20. All right, we've got 5 laps to go, and Keaton Tripp, your leader. Larry Dickerson, Troy Cook, Todd Cleveland, Burt Wilson, your top 5. What happened to Rick Fagone? That's the question everybody's asking. He started on the pole. He's back to 17th. We've got the 51 for driver of the day, and let's see the votes. We're coming up on the white flag. Getting close. Keaton Tripp getting around here. Taking 3 to go as we come out of turn 4. He's led a lot of laps here tonight. Larry Dickerson 11.2 seconds back in that second position. And then Troy Cook, we're going to add 5 more to that. So Keaton Tripp with that fuel-only stop. Looks like it paid off for him. The yellow flag would probably destroy the run that Keaton Tripp is having right now. Larry Dickerson on those fresher tires. He's shaved the lead down to 10.5 seconds, but it's not going to be enough. 2 laps to go. Keaton Tripp down into 3 and 4. Let's ride on board with him. He's going to take the white flag as we cross the line here. One more time around this racetrack. And he put on a clinic. He had that brush with the wall early in this race, able to recover from it nicely. Comes off of turns 1 and 2. 26 Keystone Light machine down to the bottom in 3 and 4. There's your pole sitter just behind him. He's going to get one of those laps back, but Keaton Tripp is going to cross the line. P1. Checkered flag is out. Winner at Kansas. Keaton Tripp, and he's going to drift it. All the way through the grass for the 26. Race winner here tonight, Keaton Tripp, second place, Larry Dickerson, and Troy Cook's going to bring it home third. What a burnout. Post-race interviews with your top 3. We'll be back right after this. I hope you guys appreciated this race. It was fun to broadcast. There's Austin Wagner congratulating his teammate right now. Great race for the 26. We'll be right back after this. We're going to pull up your top 3. Be right back. Brisket, not meth. Oh, God. I got your back, man. I got your back. Just kidding. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Clear. Car outside. Clear outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear outside.
All right, we've caught up in victory lane here. Keaton Tripp had that brief brush with the wall. He able to recover from it. Keaton, you put it on there. 65 laps led, started from third, and you're victorious tonight.
Heck yeah. I don't know how I did it, but I got it done tonight. The beginning was a little rough, but I just kept putting on good fast laps and got myself up there and called the right strategy, and it ended up working out tonight.
I'll tell you what, that 26 looked really hard to beat there. You went from, 10th position all the way up to the top spot before that last round. You had fuel only on that last pit stop as well. Put you out to
Yeah.
a bigger lead.
Yep. Yeah, I was kind of I didn't know what to do on that last pit stop there. I didn't know if I wanted to take my tires in there or if I wanted to take fuel only and then take tires on my last one, but I decided to take tires and then fuel only, and it worked out. I think if a caution would have came out though, I would have been screwed, but it worked out in the end, and now I'm doing burnouts, so worked out.
Yeah, we had Larry Dickerson. It did elect to take his last set of tires on that last stop, and he was running in second position. He narrowed it down to 9.6 seconds, but you were so far ahead of this field. And we're looking back. He started third, just outside the front row. Some of these guys that had a tough break tonight, like we look at what happened to Rick Fagone. Do you have any insight on what happened to the 10 truck here tonight?
To be honest with you, I have no idea what happened to him. Then I saw him; he was like a lap down, and I was honestly kind of confused. I didn't know what happened to him, to be honest. I was more so mad at myself early on in the race where I was hitting the wall and stuff. I was trying to figure out how to drive the car on the long run, and I wasn't really paying attention to what happened to Rick.
So you brushed that wall, and it looked like that outside line was really tough to run. But was it longer in the run that this outside line started to prevail?
Yeah, for sure. You just had to run it right, and in the beginning run, I was running it the way I was on fresh tires and flooring it and or keeping it full throttle into the turns, and it was just getting tight and dirty air, and it would wash up into the wall. And I just learned over the night how to baby the throttle a little bit to make sure it doesn't push, and uh, figured out how to drive the car tonight after the first stint.
Well, Keaton Tripp is victorious, and I tell you what, man, those drifts, they're they're something to see. Ripping it down through the tri-oval into the grass, and then perfectly spinning it around on the other side. That was beautiful.
Thanks.
So Keystone Light in victory lane. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank Keaton for this awesome performance here tonight?
Friends and family watching at home, and you guys putting on the broadcast and the races. It's a lot of fun every week doing this on Tuesday nights and Wednesdays, and see you guys tomorrow. See if we can do the same.
We appreciate your time, Keaton. Look forward to it, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Yep. Thanks.
All right. Race winner Keaton Tripp putting on a clinic out there. Able to finish with 65 laps led, starting for the third position. He is victorious here tonight at Kansas. We're going to pull up your second place finisher, and that's going to be the 69 of Larry Dickerson as we switch cameras over to him. There he is. We've caught up with him on pit road. And Larry, this is what, the third time in a row we've got to interview you post-race?
Yeah, something like that, man. It's nice getting a little routine going, but I know it can't last forever, so eventually my luck's gonna run out, buddy.
Well, I tell you what, Larry, you had a great finish. You pulled the strategy. We had a lot of guys that were in and out of that top five all night long, and you figured it out there with the caution free, the last two pit stops. Had we had a yellow, that's what everybody wants to know. You had those fresh tires. If we had a yellow, you think you would have won this race? You had the right strategy.
If I had a caution, it would have been interesting. I guarantee you one thing, I would have gave it my damnness to finally get a win in WFO. It's up there on my list. I really wanted it tonight because last night I've been running the league for 2 or 3 seasons now, and last night, the end of the season and one of the other ones, I finally got my first ever league win. So I know Keaton, when he had gotten to the wall early in the race and fell back, I thought, well, man, if I pull the right strategy, I get 2 wins in a row and finally get me a win in WFO since I joined last season. And he caught me off guard the way he came back through this field. But that just shows you the talent he's got behind the wheel and how good he is.
I tell you what, Keaton is he's stout, man, and you got to capitalize on those mistakes that
Oh yeah.
he made there. It doesn't happen very often, but hey, man, second place. I tell you what, we've got a group of 24 cars out here tonight. So to be P2, that's an accomplishment.
It's nothing to hang your hat on because, like I said, with the amount of guys we got in this league, it's amazing the way some of these guys can drive and be very consistent. I know, like we had one night, Richard Holland not in the race night. That caught me off guard, but it just shows you just because sometimes the fastest guy in the race is not racing, that anybody can win a race. It just takes one person not being there, that anybody can. It open the door for anybody to win. So I mean, like I said, nothing to hang my head on. I will take another interview, a top two, and it helps me out with points because I missed 2 races and I'm still somehow in the playoff standings with missing 2 races. I guess I've just been that very consistent, running top 10 every race and a couple top fives, a couple interviews with you.
Yeah. Hey, man, we're getting used to hearing your voice up here in the broadcast booth. Tell you what.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And last season it was very in between. You didn't hardly get to talk to me, but I learned so much from Richard and them last year. It I'm transferring it over to this season, and it is paying off in surplus amounts. And I can't help but thank everybody who runs this for making me a better racer.
Well, that's what it's all about, man. That's the end game right there. Is we get guys in here. We don't care about your talent level. We care
No,
about what you bring to the table with
and
personality.
and the main thing is have fun, man. And I have so much a blast with these group of guys. It makes it so much worth it.
Yep, 100%. So we're going through. We're talking about the high line. Early in this race, you saw Keaton get into the wall,
Yeah.
and it looked like it was a little sketchy to run up there early in this race as the track cooled off. It got a little bit better, but were you kind of running that bottom? We saw you down there on the bottom a few times there at the beginning of this thing. Was that the preferred line, or did it move up towards the top?
It probably moved up for some people. For me, I've seen how, like with Keenan Knight, I just didn't want to take a chance. I knew I had a very good truck, and I just didn't want to take the chance of throwing it a good finish way or just taking myself out of it completely. So that first seam above the white line towards them, kind of towards the middle, not all the way there, was something I've used in official races that paid off for me. It's something I'm very comfortable with. So I just stuck to that because I knew if I just stick to my line I'm comfortable with, and me running a 16-to-1 steering ratio, that I can save some tires for the long run, and it paid off. And again, I'm very happy with this run and glad to get to talk to you again.
I'm glad to have you up here. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank for that awesome performance tonight?
Oh yeah, I want to give a shout out to Dylan again. Like I said, every time I get a chance to talk to you, I gotta give him a shout out. I know he missed races with us. Every once in a while, he can jump in one of these when he gets a night off. But miss racing with him, he's taught me a lot. He's a lot of times faster than me, so I learned a lot from him too.
Talking about the O3 of Dylan Bryan, right?
Yeah, we when he races, he kind will bounce ideas back and forth, and stuff he uses doesn't always work for me. It works for him, and I got my own style running. So shout out to him. Can't wait to have him back full time. Shout out to my teammate Kyle. He had a rough race tonight. He was trying to run the same strategy I was, but what messed him up was his qualifying run. He didn't get up there high enough like I did. Cause I think I got an average of a sixth place starting position, and I matched that night. So that whenever you can start up front, that helps out a lot. I want to give a shout out to all the admins, Michael, and everybody who runs this. Again, like I say every week, y'all put on a hell of a program with this league, and anybody who is looking for a league, again, I cannot keep emphasizing enough. Come join WFO. This is one of the places to be. If you want to be a better racer, this is where you need to be running with these guys. Shout out to you for your awesome broadcast and you do every single week, brother. I enjoy going back and listening to replays.
I hope you enjoy it, man. I tell you what, the chat, it's been doing a great job. The chat's really
Oh
come to
yeah,
life here. Amy
oh yeah,
Nation breaking it out.
oh yeah. And I watch, like I said, when I go back and watch your broadcast every time, brother, I watch the comments and the amount of people that have come onto this stream every weekend to watch these races to see how much it's grown since I joined last season is amazing. And it just shows you the type of broadcasting skills you put on and type of skills we show on the racetrack with our racing. So shout out to
No
you.
doubt.
And shout out to Hal and all the sponsors. Without them, none of this be able to possible. You couldn't do your broadcast and we couldn't race. So shout out to all the sponsors. Shout out to my sponsor, um, LA Construction. Again, anybody on the East Coast needs some housework done, some construction, give him a shout out. He's out of Roxborough, North Carolina, our hometown, or mine, his hometown. So anybody needs that done near him, give him a shout out. He'll take care of you, brother. He's a real good guy. He's my brother-in-law, so give him a look up. And again, JPD Designs, who does all my designs for my trucks and cars now. Uh, Ever since he gave me this look, man, it's brought me so much luck the last month. I've been doing so
Digital
much interview.
camo.
Yeah, he's been doing my designs the last month for me, and last month I've gotten so much more interviews because I think his paint schemes bring me good luck, along with my driving
Yeah.
skills getting better. So shout out to him.
Little superstition. I like it.
Oh yeah, gotta have a little superstition. And again, my last sponsor, Angel Messenger Foundation, is a great organization. Again, I can't emphasize that enough. Anybody who can help out with autism or any forms of autism, not only the Angelman autism, go check that organization out. You'll be doing a great cause. And this, I got family members getting with autism, so I see how it affects them personally every day and it's hard to watch sometimes, especially the Angelman syndrome. My buddy's daughter's got that, and it's a struggle for her. But she's a fighter and she's a great person. So go help that out anybody you can, and it'll be a great cause. And Nation, I know he's not
Yeah.
here tonight. I miss talking to my
Yep.
buddy Nation. So shout out to him. I know he's busy with the aliens and the quarter pounders. So shout out to
Yep.
him.
He definitely got abducted tonight. I don't know where
Oh,
he's
yeah.
at. He's usually in here by like 15 to go, and he's up on that pit box for the 69 team. You should thank him first. I think Nation, the rehire of Nation.
Yeah, man, he keeps saying he's fired, but I done told him 3 or 4 times, man. He's rehired. He can come back anytime he wants, but I know
I
he's
think
probably
that's the
been.
common denominator, man. It's not the paint schemes or anything else that's going on. You rehired Nation, and the team turned around. You fired him
I
once,
know.
and he turned it around.
I mean, when you make somebody a CEO like Nation and make him a CEO, a president, and a crew chief, and all the spotter and all the above, man, that's what you need. A good turnaround like that. It's gonna be
Yep.
good people.
Well, we turned it around, and I'm glad to see you having the season. I mean, you deserve it, man. So we appreciate your time. And hey, shout out to Keaton Tripp. He put on the clinic out here. He did a
Oh
great
yeah,
job with the last
like
lap.
I told him, I don't know what he was doing because he was running the 16-1 stereo show also, but he put on a show. You can't deny what kind of driving skills he has. He's an amazing driver. Maybe
Larry,
if I can get into playoffs, maybe I can hang with him. We'll see, but it's gonna be hard.
Larry, I think you just need to paint a chrome bumper on the front of that thing and use it. That's all.
Hey, don't tell me, man. I don't want to do nothing dirty. But I would like to keep everybody. I will hope I have everybody's respect with my driving skills. They definitely have mine.
We're going to be going to some shorter tracks here. New Hampshire might be a place. Just throwing it out there.
Hey, and last time I was at New Hampshire, I did get a 3rd place, but it wasn't broadcasted, so I didn't get my interview. So that track owes me.
Well, I tell you what, get up there in the top 3. We'll pull you up here.
All right, brother. You have a wonderful week, rest of the week, and I hope I get to talk to you before Christmas break again.
Yes, sir. God bless.
All right, man.
3rd place finisher, Larry, or 2nd place finisher, Larry Dickerson. We got 3rd place, Troy Cook. And I tell you what, Troy, man, I'm going to turn you up as loud as I can. I got you cranked. I want you to talk in that mic real loud. You got a copy?
I got you. You got me?
I got you. All right, we're getting the volume. All right, Troy, man, I tell you what, it's like another time zone with some of these boys tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I'd never even seen Keaton. I don't even know if he was on the same track or not.
Well, I tell you what, we've seen So many different things happen here tonight with the fuel strategies, and unfortunately, I broke the replay entirely. We were going to watch you roll around the track, but 51 Troy Cook in third position. Troy, how did it go out there tonight? You had a handful of different strategies going on. Oh man, I'm trying to get this thing right. Okay, here we go. We're going to run through and talk about the high line right off the bat. The high line looked like it was sketchy at the start of this race.
It was. I scraped it a couple of times within the first maybe 20 laps or so.
So lap after lap, that track cools down. You're able to move up a lane, move up another lane. Did you find yourself in a situation where you couldn't decide if you wanted to run the top line or if you wanted to run the middle?
Yeah, kind of about halfway through the run, you start moving up, but then you wonder if you move up too soon because the guy behind you starts catching you, and so it's kind of it's kind of hard to judge until the tires are completely wore out, you know.
We had a lot of different strategies and a lot of three wide racing to start this thing off. And we saw you involved in an accident early on in this race. What happened where you got caught up in that?
I have no idea. I don't remember. I know that there was crashes in front of us, and me and Hal checked up, and we got sideways, and I came off the apron. I think I hit Hal, and I spun and junked my truck. Probably Hal's too. So sorry, Hal.
Well, I tell you what, man, I know there's no hard feelings between you two. You guys being on the same team, I'm sure you discussed it and had some communication between the two of you.
Oh yeah.
But hey, you're able to recover from that, get up there in the top three. So we're sitting with the last set of green flag pit stops. Tires only.
Yeah, I didn't have tires for the very last stop, the one with 20 or so to go. So I was on about 35, 40 lap tires at the end.
I hear a doorbell in the background or maybe a cuckoo clock. I'm not 100% sure.
It's a clock.
Oh, well, it's telling you that you were just a couple laps short there on that strategy. I'm just messing with you, Troy.
I was waiting for it to stop dinging.
Well, Troy, you pulled it off, man. It's just it's tough, man. It's tough. We're talking about 7 seconds separating you in second place, and then you got an eternity up to Keaton Tripp. He took fuel only at the last stop.
Yeah,
It's just hard to overcome that.
definitely. I mean, but I'll take it. I started last. I had 0 laps of practice. I missed qualifying. I got in here with like 5 minutes left. Barely made the drivers' meeting. So to make it in here the old-fashioned way in the top 3, I'll take it.
Well, I think everybody in chat is saying that was the aliens in the background just now. They're coming to get you too, man.
I'm down.
Down? Oh, okay. All right. Well, we know where Troy Cook stands on the aliens. Troy, I tell you what, man. HRM, it's a great group of guys. You had Rick Fagone. Can you confirm what happened? Because we were trying to figure this out. Ricky started on the pole and then hit pit road on lap 23, I believe it was.
I'm pretty sure he went too early and got a restart violation. Had to pit.
So he had a pass-through penalty.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I don't
we
think
were trying to
I don't
figure
think
that
he could
out.
ever get it back. I don't know if he did or not.
Nope. I believe he's going to finish back here in the 16th position. He did get the lap back. Well, no, he's 1 lap down. So we're looking at Rick Fagone in the 16th position. So yeah, he never did recover from that. But not to take away from your 3rd place finish, Troy. Tell you what, man, it's good to have you back.
Thanks, Coop. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad. I want to thank everybody in the chat for voting for me. Diana, Denise, Cindy, my boy, everybody, and you, Coop, for putting this broadcast on, and Vern, and Nation, and Hal, and all HJRM, and everyone.
Well, you just beat me to it because I was about to announce that you were driver of the day, and that 3rd place finish. And you know what? We're going to call that a hat trick. You got 3rd place. So that right there is a struggle in itself. You made the race tonight.
Trying to save you a few minutes. You didn't have to interview 4. You only had to do 3.
Yeah. They're always at, you know what, chat, I'm super thankful. I I lose my voice sometimes. I do. And 135 laps here tonight, Troy?
Yeah. Yep.
I tell you what, man, talking for that long, sometimes it gets to you.
I'll bet.
But I tell you what, man, go ahead, shout them out. What do you got?
Just you, everybody. Everybody in the chat. Vern, Nation, Hal, Ricky, Richard, Macaulay, and everybody for Racing Clean.
Everybody for Racing Clean. I tell you what, it was green, clean and green for that last 72 laps. You wouldn't expect that. We had 2 cautions tonight with 24 trucks out on the track. So kudos to you guys for putting on a great show. A lot of racing too. All right, man. Troy, I appreciate your time, man. We look forward to next week, and we hope to hear from you back up here in the broadcast booth.
Thanks, Coop. Thanks, everyone.
All right, there's your third place finisher, Troy Cook. We're going to pull him down into the staging room. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast. It's a little out of format. I've been clicking some buttons. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be awesome, too. Captain Morgan's caught up with me towards the latter end of this broadcast. But if you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast, make sure you hit that follow button. Subscribe to this channel. Share. And we are very thankful for everybody here at WFO. I am going to sign off tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Tomorrow night, 8:55 Eastern Time. I hope you guys can join us for the WFO Wicked Wednesday Xfinity Series. I am slurring my words. It's pretty bad. I'm trying to keep it together for you. Wicked Wednesday Xfinity Series is going to be live here at 8:55 Eastern Time. Hope you guys can join us. Until then, this is Bradley Cooper signing off. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. Racing. It's in our blood. From the No Limits at Texas. And I done skipped over something. Look at that. Race results. We're going to go through those real quick. I'm sorry about that, guys. Keaton Tripp, your winner. Larry Dickerson in second position. Troy Cook going to get third. Burt Wilson in fourth. Dakota Floyd, who was up in that top 3 several times, and he led a few laps, in fifth. Logan Keys. Haven't heard that name in a while. Sneaking up there in the 6th position. Chuck Sweeting, an off night for him tonight in 7th. Austin Wagner 8th. Dustin German in 9th. And your top 10, Todd Cleveland. Moving through to 11th position, John T. Wimbish in the 11th spot. 12th, Vern Bradley, Hal Amy, Brian Beach, John Sanu. Rick Fagone never able to recover. Started first tonight, back to 16th. Michael McCauley in the 17th position. Jacob Daniels, Kyle Stewart, and Glenn Jamieson in 20th. Unfortunate for Glenn. James Lee in 21st. 22nd, Tommy Haynes. Tommy Haynes never able to recover from that as well. He started in the 5th position, falls all the way back to 22nd. Craig Learman, who was leading some laps as well, 23rd. And Blair Patterson's going to round out your field. Again, thank you guys very much. I hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. I'm going to hit the button the proper way. Take care, everybody. Racing. It's in our blood. From the No Limits at Texas. With the high-speed banks at Daytona.
I mean, nobody's going to catch that 3-truck of Hal Amy as he takes it.
From the drop of the green flag. To green flag pit stops. To their DNA. We live for it. There's 7 nights in a week. And only one night matters to us. The moment to prove that we're the best. laying down an entire season, pushing the limits. We're made for it.
Bumper, Artie Peterson out to the lead. Glenn Jameson's pushing hard now. Garrett behind him. Top 5 could throw a blanket over it. Artie's going to drop down to the inside. 10 car's going to start pushing. These guys are getting a little dicey back in 5th and 6th place. Little contact between the 14 and the 70. 63, 3 wide in the front. Artie Peterson stuck out in the middle. Brandon Winning, we got a car down on the apron. 70 car, and now a car up in the wall. We got a wreck behind him. 1 lap to go. Rick Fagone has got the position right now. Garrett Helmlinger and Glenn Jameson neck and neck. We got a push on the inside. Push on the 10 car. Rick Fagone looks like he might pull it off neck and neck at the line. And the 10, oh, the Garrett Helmlinger. I can't believe what I just saw. It looks like Garrett Helmlinger.
Survival of the fittest. 16 chase drivers. 1 championship. Who's got what it takes? As they give the command to start the engines, it's time to find out. WFO is live right now.
On it, but man, Fagone has just a perfect 1 and 2 right there, Nation. Fagone's going to bring it off the bottom out of turn 4. Can he hold them off to the start-finish line? And I believe he's going to, Nation.